Buster, our chocolate Labrador, was a master of mischief. One day, my wife couldn't find her favorite socks. We searched high and low. Finally, we found them in Buster's bed. He had this innocent look on his face, as if to say, "What socks?" We couldn't help but laugh. He had this way of getting into everything and anything. Another time, my wife hung her lacy unmentionables on the clothesline to dry. It was a breezy day. When she went to collect them, one was missing. We searched the yard, puzzled. Then we saw Buster. He was proudly parading around, something pink and frilly dangling from his mouth. Our faces turned red with laughter. He was so proud of his prize. We managed to retrieve the errant garment, giving Buster a stern talking to, but deep down, we knew Buster was incorrigible, and that's what made him so lovable. Dogs, with their boundless energy and penchant for mischief, bring a certain chaos to our lives. But it's a happy chaos, one filled with wagging tails, sloppy kisses, and endless laughter. Our neighbor's beagle, Lucy, was notorious for her adventurous spirit. One sunny afternoon, she squeezed through a tiny gap in the fence. Freedom! She took off running, her nose glued to the ground, following some irresistible scent. We chased after her, our calls of "Lucy, come back," falling on deaf ears. Lucy, meanwhile, was having the time of her life. She zigzagged through gardens, startling unsuspecting squirrels. She rolled in something smelly and unidentifiable, much to her delight. She even managed to steal a hot dog from a picnicker's plate. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, we cornered her in the park. She was covered in dirt, grass stains, and something that smelled suspiciously like fish, but she was happy. Exhausted, we bundled her into the car. The great beagle escape was over, for now. My aunt's pug, Winston, is a character. He has this snorting, snuffling way of breathing that's both hilarious and endearing. He also has an odd habit of perching on the back of the sofa, like a little furry gargoyle. One day, my aunt was on the phone. Winston, perched on his lookout, started making the strangest noises. Squealing, squawking, whistling. It sounded like a flock of birds had taken up residence in her living room. My aunt tried to ignore him, but Winston, determined to be heard, only got louder. Finally, she had to put the phone down. "Winston," she said, "what on earth are you doing?" Winston, pleased with himself, let out one final, ear-splitting squawk. He tilted his head as if to say, "Just practicing my bird calls." My friend has two Siberian Huskies, Luna and Nova. These dogs are bundles of energy, always on the go. They love nothing more than chasing squirrels in the park. One day we were at her house watching a movie. The dogs were sound asleep. Suddenly Luna let out a howl, a mournful, drawn-out sound. We looked over at her. She was twitching in her sleep, her paws paddling the air. Then she started barking, short, sharp yaps. Nova woke up and joined in, the two of them creating a symphony of canine chaos. My friend laughed. "They're dreaming about squirrels," she explained. "It happens all the time." We watched, mesmerized, as the dogs chased their imaginary prey through the land of slumber. It was a hilarious reminder of the hidden lives our pets lead when we're not looking. My cousin has a dachshund named Coco. She's a sweet dog, but a bit of a drama queen. One day my cousin accidentally stepped on Coco's tail. It was a complete accident. Coco, however, reacted as if she'd been mortally wounded. She let out a yelp that could have shattered glass. Then she proceeded to limp around the house, holding her injured tail between her legs. She refused to eat her dinner. She wouldn't even wag her tail when my cousin tried to cheer her up. Finally, my cousin gave in. She showered Coco with cuddles, kisses, and apologies. Only then did Coco forgive her. She wagged her tail, gobbled down her dinner, and acted as if nothing had happened. The drama was over. Until the next time, of course. Dogs. They steal our socks, our hearts, and our laughter. They make us laugh with their silly antics, their boundless energy, and their unique personalities. They remind us to never take life too seriously, to find joy in the simplest things, like a stolen hot dog, a successful escape, or a dream about chasing squirrels. Whether they're big or small, fluffy or sleek, one thing's for sure, dogs make life more interesting. So the next time your dog does something that makes you roll your eyes, remember to smile, embrace the chaos, celebrate the quirks, because that's what makes dogs so positively hilarious.